Students, welcome back to the e-learning platform of the GS College of Commerce, Wardha. So today we are going to discuss our subject Indian economy. Under that we will see our fourth unit. Under the fourth unit, basically what we are having the thoughts of our political leaders, whereby we are dealing with the economic thoughts of Gandhi ji, economic thoughts of Dr. Ambedkar, similarly Deen Dayal Upadhyay ji and Ram Manohar Lohia. So we are going to deal with these aspects. Let's see, today we will discuss the first aspect of our fourth unit, that is the Gandhi's principle of trusteeship. It is the fundamental principle which we are going to deal with today. Okay, let's see what is the concept of the trusteeship. So basically, the trusteeship is a socio-economic philosophy of Gandhiji, and it says that the rich people of the society should be the trustees of the trust, which should contribute in the welfare of the society or welfare of the masses. It means that whatever the wealth which they are having the surplus wealth. The rich people are having the surplus wealth, and that surplus wealth should also be used in the welfare of the society or welfare of the masses. So this concept is called the Gandhi's principle of trusteeship. But this principle of Gandhi's trusteeship was condemned by many capitalists, because they were of the belief that since the person is earning the money and this money belongs to him, why should he would use it in the welfare of the society or welfare of the poor masses? Okay, so this principle of trusteeship was condemned by the capitalist. Okay, and okay, now we will see what are the basic principles of trusteeship which were propounded by the Gandhiji. It was the first one, that is reduce inequality. Reduce inequality. In this concept, Gandhiji tries to express that the rich can help in reducing the inequalities. Okay, and we can reduce the exploitation. How can it be possible when they will part of their surplus wealth among the masses or with the masses? So somehow the inequalities can be reduced. The second principle over there is the change of attitude of the businessman. There is a need to change the attitude of the businessman. According to Mahatma Gandhi, businessmen should change their attitude. They have no moral right to accumulate unlimited wealth, while most of the people of the society are in great poverty as well as misery. So each businessman should take enough wealth to have the honorable life. Okay, and he should distribute the remaining wealth back to the society, and it should be voluntarily surrendered to the masses. If it's not voluntarily done by the individual, then the role of the government is there, that they should use it for the welfare of the society. According to Gandhiji, if the businessman is not parting of his extra wealth with the poor people, then what will be happen is, it's not done voluntarily, then it would be done by way of plunder by the masses. Okay, and with the fight with the rich and the poor. The next one is their legal pressure. Legal pressure, if voluntary measures and social pressures do not work, then the legal pressure must be there to follow the principle of trusteeship. It means that if an individual is not doing it voluntarily, then legally he should be made to abide the principle of the trusteeship. Okay, so this concept give more importance to socialism. That is why the society is giving much more importance than an individual. So the wealth of the society should be distributed among the society itself. Okay, so because whatever the individual possesses as a wealth, that comes from where? That comes basically or fundamentally from the society. So it should be society, or it should be distributed among to the society. Okay, There is again one principle which is related with the consider the social needs. A businessman should produce the goods and services which are useful for all of the society. They should not produce goods and services which are used only by the few individuals. It means that whatever the goods and services which are consumed and used by the large masses, it should be produced by the businessman, okay, and rather than those goods which are used by a few people, okay. If it is used by the few people, then what will happen? Then the rest of the people of the society will not get the benefit, okay. Similarly, the distribution of the wealth, according to Gandhiji, all the wealth of the society should be distributed equally, okay, and there should not be the concentration of wealth in the few hands, okay. Similarly, earn money by hard work. Basically, what is there? An individual, when works hard, he gets the wealth, okay. So if a person is earning money without hard work, he is basically doing what? He is stealing the money from the society. So whatever the money is there with the individual, that he can earn by way of hard work. Again, the principle of trusteeship suggests that there is no right to private ownership. This concept does not give the right to private ownership except when it is necessary, okay. So, and again, there is a government regulation. The government should regulate the trusteeship. No individual should be allowed to use his wealth for the selfish satisfaction or against the interest of the society. As far as these principles are concerned, these principles are basically criticized by many. There are great number of the limitations of the trusteeship, and these were fundamentally criticized by the capitalist society, because these principles of trusteeship are against the capitalism. So what are the limitations or the criticism of the law of principle of trusteeship? This concept is not relevant in today's competitive business world, because when an individual is earning the maximum profit, he has the right to accumulate the huge wealth, okay. And again, this principle of trusteeship demotivates the hardworking businessman. If a person is having the creativity and he is using his efforts, he should get the maximum earning, okay. But if we will follow the principle of trusteeship, what will happen? It will demotivate the individual, okay. He will not work hard and he will become the lazy, and via that what will happen? There will be the economic slowdown. There will be the slowdown in the economic activity. So this principle of trusteeship is against the principle of against the capitalism, and this concept is based on the socialism and against the capitalism. So it is outdated, because in many parts of the world the capitalism is not, as the socialism is not supported, but the capitalism is found, and the capitalism is more successful. Businessmen should feel that the welfare of the society is not their responsibility, okay. What the businessmen feel? It is not the it is not their responsibility that they should work for the welfare of the society. It is the responsibility of whom? It is the responsibility of the government. They should actually contribute in the welfare of the society or welfare of the masses. An individual has it's not the responsibility of an individual. Yes, we can say morally it is the responsibility of an individual, but legally it is not the responsibility of an individual. Again, this concept is also not accepted by the shareholders who are investing the money in the companies, okay, and they are investing the money in the companies because of getting the dividend. And if suppose we follow this principle, then there will be not such investment in the company. Similarly, this, as I said earlier, this principle is against the capitalism, and we find today the many countries of the world is more successful because of the capitalism. Because of the capitalism, we find in the different parts of the world the poverty is not seen, especially the capitalist economy rather than the socialist nation. Okay, so these are the fundamentally the principle of trusteeship, and they are these are the limitations of the trusteeship. Now, other than these principle of trusteeship, there are the other ideas of the Gandhiji in terms of economic ideas. What are they? It's related with the economic laws. Similarly, the non-violent economy. Gandhiji support the non-violent economy. Gandhiji believes on the non-violence. Okay, so he says that if the undertaking of business activities are done at a large scale, somehow we are actually doing the violence. Okay, so there should be the non-violence, and this non-violence can be better. Then this non-violence is spread via the cottage industries, whereby each and every individual gets the employment. Khadi industry and the cottage industries, each and every individual gets the employment. Similarly, Gandhiji was of the believer of decentralization, and he supports the cottage industry because he says that he used to say that India is a country whereby the financial resources are less, but the manpower is more. Okay, so there should be the more and more manpower should be used rather than the machineries. So he supports the cottage industries whereby the employment can be available to an individual. Similarly, Gandhiji supports the khadi industries. He believed that there 13 yards of clothes are required to an individual, and if the mills are open for producing at a large scale, then it will not fulfill the needs of the society. Okay, so Gandhiji was of the believer of Gandhiji believed on the khadi industry, and he says that khadi is actually the symbol of unity of Indian humanity and of its economic freedom. Similarly, the use of machines. Gandhiji does not support the use of machine. He says that it is a great sin if you are using the large machines, because these large machines actually use the modern he believed that the modern technology was responsible for human frustration, similarly violence and the war. It was also responsible for the multiplication of material wants. So the use of machine created a class of the wealthy people and led to the unequal distribution of wealth, and that's why the Gandhiji was against the machineries. Again, he was a believer of the cottage industries. He was believer of the khadi industry. So he supported a lot the regeneration of the villages or the village Sarodaya. On this principle of the Sarodaya, Gandhiji supported the principle of Sarodaya. Okay, what is basically the Sarodaya, village Sarodaya? Gandhiji evolved the idea of village Sarodaya, and speaking about the old village economy, Gandhiji said production was simultaneous with the consumption and distribution, and the vicious circle of money economy was absent. Production was for immediate use, not for the distant use. Okay, so and production for the immediate use and not for the distant use, and the whole structure of the society was founded on the non-violence. This was the principle of Gandhiji, other than the principle of trusteeship. Similarly, he also said that the law of trade and labor, he also supported the principle of the law of trade and labor. Basically, the law of trade and labor was actually propounded by the Bondrev and popularized by the Ruskin and the Tolstoy. So this law emphasizes that man should earn his bread by his own labor. Okay, and that can be applicable in India's scenario in terms of that the individual can produce his own bread via the cultivation of the crops. But it's not possible for each and every individual to engage in the agricultural activities, but he should work hard, or he should use his labor for earning the bread, and that can be done via the self-help, or that can be done via the self-help, or by starting his own undertaking, that is the cottage industry, and via that the man can earn his bread. That the man can earn his bread. Okay. Similarly, he also supports the exchange economy. What is the exchange economy? Basically, the exchange economy concept is based on the Swadeshi spirit. Every Indian village should be self-supporting and self-contained unit of exchanging the commodities with other villages where they are not locally found. So exchange economy, if suppose the one commodity is not produced in a one area, that can be exchanged with the other villages. So he believes on the exchange economy. Similarly, he also said related with the food problem, and this food problem he found in the great famine of the West Bengal, which was seen in the year 1943 and 44. Earlier, the Gandhiji was of the belief that it was artificially created, but when he visited the different parts of West Bengal, Madras, as well as Assam, then he realized that, or he arrived on the conclusion that it's because of the shortage. There is actually the shortage of food, and it's real, not artificial. Again, he supported the labor welfare, and the labor welfare, whatever the workers who are working, or laborers who are working in the factory, they should have the equal rights in the society, and they should also get the fair treatment fair treatment fair treatment in terms of fair wages and the good working conditions. So these are the principles, other than the principle of trusteeship, which were propounded or supported by Gandhiji. So that's all from my side in this particular video lecture, and our first topic of the fourth unit is also covered. Thank you.